In today's video, we'll be jumping into the different use cases of the GOMIX token. Now, as we all remember, the GOMIX token sits at the heart of three very useful tools: ghostmixer, ghostbridge, and ghostswap. And to recap, ghostmixer is a fully non-custodial crypto mixer, and its goal is to really break the on-chain link between the recipient and their assets. Basically, you get to create a brand new identity on the blockchain. GhostSwap is a completely anonymous decentralized exchange, and you're allowed there to trade different assets on the Binance Smart Chain and Polkadot blockchain. And last but not least is GhostBridge, which allows for cross-chain interactions or to bridge your assets across different chains, here with the focus being on Binance Smart Chain and Polkadot. And of course, it's completely decentralized and there are no limits, meaning that no one can censor transactions between different blockchains. Now, these tools may all be very impressive, but what about the token that sits at the heart of them? Well, the question is, why would you even hold the GOMIX token if you can just use the different tools themselves? Are there any use cases for the GOMIX token? And the answer is, well, yes, there are two principal use cases. The first of which is governance. And how does GOMIX governance work? Well, basically, GOMIX is a community-driven project, meaning that initially there will be, of course, leadership that guides and sets up the project, and moving forward, obviously, leadership will guide the direction and the technical development of the project, but it is community-driven, meaning that every element of the ecosystem can be put to a vote. And this is where GOMIX holders can really have their say, because GOMIX holders can participate in the GOMIX governance via two means, either through voting on specific proposals that can affect the technical but also strategic direction of the project, or if you amass a certain number of GOMIX tokens themselves, you can create or put your own proposals forward to be put to a vote. And of course, you have to reach quorum and the majority of the community needs to be on board. But again, you get to have a direct say on the direction of the project. So what are some examples of things that could be put forward in a proposal? Well, obviously strategic partnerships are definitely at the top of the list, where a project such as GOMIX can choose to partner or not to partner with specific projects based on the interests of the community. Now, for the individual tools, there may be also tool-specific proposals. So, for example, we all know that GhostSwap will have an objective to vampire the liquidity from existing exchanges on both those chains. So the creation of incentivized pools will definitely be something that the community will have a say in. Which pools would be the most of interest for the community to support a GOMIX reward or an incentivization for those pools? Of course, GhostBridge really focuses on connecting different blockchains. And then the creation of these bridges between which chains and in which direction is something that the community can vote on. But even irrespective of the tools themselves, each one of these tools has technical parameters that can be adjusted based on an informed decision by the community, and that really depends on the proposal. And of course, chief among these technical parameters that can be adjusted are the fees that are levied on the people who use these tools. And of course, these fees will come into play just a bit later. Now, we've seen how governance can work on GOMIX. What about the revenue sharing aspect, which is the second principal use case? Now, we all know that there are three major tools: GhostSwap, GhostMixer, and GhostBridge. And for each of these tools, there is a fee that is levied on the users, which are accumulated into a pool. Now, 100% of these fees don't go to a team, they actually go to the people who stake their GOMIX, so GOMIX holders. And this is a very good way to build up the fees. So if it's running on Binance Smart Chain, you will earn BNB. And if it's running on the Polkadot blockchain, you'll be earning Polkadot tokens. And this is a very good passive income revenue stream. So GOMIX is actually unique in this regard because it's one of the very first projects in the blockchain to implement cross-chain revenue accrual, meaning that there will be multiple instances of GOMIX running. So there will be GOMIX running in the Binance Smart Chain, on Polkadot, perhaps on a future third chain, and as the tools operate on each of these chains, they accumulate fees. And the fees, of course, will be in the native token of that chain, and these all flow back into the wallets of the people who are staking their GOMIX token. So to be eligible for this revenue sharing program, you have to stake your tokens, which is an extra added benefit because it suddenly takes a very large part of the circulating supply, or a very large part of the total supply, out of circulation, meaning that there will be a bit of a supply shortage. So that should also be very good for the long-term stability and also speculation on the token. But of course, that's open to market conditions. Now, we've mentioned two principal use cases, which are the governance and the revenue sharing aspect. There is, of course, a bonus third utility, which is liquidity farming. Now, as we all know, for a decentralized exchange to have liquidity, people need to provide liquidity in the form of the token that's being traded and the native token. So if it's running on the Binance Smart Chain, you would put in a certain value of GOMIX and an equal value of BNB. Of course, it could be DOT if it's on the Polkadot chain. And once you put this into a decentralized exchange, you receive liquidity tokens, or LP tokens. And if you stake these LP tokens on the GOMIX network or GOMIX ecosystem, you also are able to mine additional GOMIX tokens. So it serves as an additional revenue stream from the GOMIX token perspective. So in summary, GOMIX token holders can participate in a decentralized governance, and this can help really steer the direction of the project, not only from the technical side, but also from the strategic side. GOMIX token holders can also choose to stake their tokens, and in this way they're part of the revenue sharing program. It's going to be cross-chain, which is a first for the blockchain space. But an additional bonus utility is if you choose to provide liquidity, you can also stake your LP token to mine additional GOMIX. Now, we hope that this video has given a bit more light on the use cases of the GOMIX token.